After this, Milford holding on just barely 15 points on Mayhem. Mayhem solidly in second place. Ute CrossFit needs to look over their shoulder to 808, who's making a push for that top 3 position. Event number 18, the 6th and final athlete on to the rings. 11 ring muscle-ups followed by 10 deficit handstand push-ups and a 30-calorie all-out assault.
These men with less muscle-ups more than likely will go straight through these. We're going to see whether the challenge is in the handstand push-ups. And we see Milford came off the rings there. They're the ones really vying for that first place. We'll see if that was a strategy on their part to stay fresh for those handstand push-ups.
We had a field of 40 teams before we cut down to the final 10. We have had 5 50 points events. We have one more to go before our 100-point finale, as Rich Froning, your 4-time individual CrossFit Games champion, looks on at his final teammate Matt Hewitt to see if they can get a few more points before we reach that final event. 1 minute in, and in lane number 5, that is CrossFit Milford's final male athlete. They are the last team off the rings, and that is not looking good for Milford, who only had a 15-point lead on CrossFit Mayhem. And as we say that, Matt Hewitt from CrossFit Mayhem is on the bike in 30 calories. No one else is near him, so CrossFit Mayhem may go 1, 2, 3 on first place finishes for their male athletes. 90 seconds in, there is a 4-minute time cap on this event. The closest athlete is still 2 handstand push-ups away.
The distance that he has opened up between him and the rest of the field is phenomenal. Lane number 6, Ute CrossFit now gets on the bike, starting to catch up. They need this if they want to stay on a podium spot, and look at that go!
Jacob Hutton from CrossFit Ute is a mammoth of a man, and they can hammer on this bike, but I don't know if it will be enough, as Matt Hewitt and CrossFit Mayhem will give themselves one more first place finish. And if Milford can't keep pace, they might put themselves on top of the leaderboard with one more event to go. Jacob Hutton from Ute CrossFit making short work of that 30-calorie assault bike. Good for Ute, who is sitting in 3rd place, in danger of falling out of the top 3. Keep your eyes on CrossFit Milford. We're not sure where their athlete is. They still stuck on the 10 handstand push-ups.
CrossFit Solid was the first team to the bike here of the 3 men that you're looking out in front. Fabriken, CrossFit Fabriken right here from Sweden.
3 male athletes on the bike trying to race across their finish line, trying to set their teams up. But the story is CrossFit Milford with one final handstand push-up to go. They were in first place by only 15 points over CrossFit Mayhem. CrossFit Mayhem just got a first place finish for a total of 50 points. We are going to have to check the leaderboard to see what happens to Milford.
He will have to go all out and just lay it on the floor here to keep that gap as close as possible.
30 seconds remaining before we reach the 4-minute count, as the final 50-point scored event is all but done, as Mayhem looks on to see which team can get between them and CrossFit Milford. Chris Walker from CrossFit Maximus will sprint across the finish line. Milford, only 5 seconds to go to get to that final cap, and Milford just gave themselves an 8th place finish in this event.
That is 16 points, and they had a 15-point deficit, so that may put Mayhem